when you haven't eaten for days, when you've trained so much, when you haven't slept, your mind and body is completely tired and crushed. That's only when the spirit comes forward. And when your spirit comes forward, the more times, the stronger it becomes. That's how you strengthen your spirit, your mindset. For how long you're gonna be keep watching me doing that shit and still believing that it's not possible? For how long you're gonna be keep watching my stories, waking up at 3 a.m. every single day, training 2-3 times a day? Obviously I look better than you. It's obvious that I make way more money than you. It's obvious that my life is way busier than you. And I'm able to do that with 2-3 hours of sleep a day, waking up at 3 a.m. every single day. And you're watching me every day on my stories I'm posting. And you still don't believe that it's possible. Isn't it like sometimes, like some of your guys' brains are thinking for once and saying, okay, like how is that even possible? Like, there has to be something that this guy is doing, that this guy knows that I don't. How the fuck is he sleeping 3 hours a day and still have a better physique than me, still stronger, richer, and doing more work than me, and I'm sleeping 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and I'm not going anywhere in life because some biohacking stupid influencer or some stupid fat doctor told you that you need more sleep? I'm gonna give you a very simple example that most of you can probably correlate with, because it's very hard to explain things like that because they just don't make sense. It's more on the spiritual side of the world. It's not physical, it's not scientific. So, did you remember maybe a year ago, 2-3 years ago, I don't know how long ago, you've probably had moments in your life where you were extremely tired, you've barely slept maybe for 1-3 days in a row. You slept like 1 hour, 2 hours. You just had so much work and so much things to do. You had to go get that plane or go travel to this place and come back, and there's constantly problems that you had to solve no matter what. Like you had to do that 100%. And you somehow end up doing all that crazy amount of work that you are not even thinking that it's possible, on 2-3 hours of sleep even. And then at the same time, when you have the perfect day, the perfect routine, the perfect 8-10 hours of sleep, you're not doing that much work. How can you explain that? And I'm gonna give you another example of when you're in that flow state connected to the knowledge and to the higher power. It's most of the times in the periods where you're extremely tired. Most of the times that you have that crazy thoughts and you're just thinking about life usually happens super late at night. When you're extremely tired, it's 1, 2, 3 a.m., you're tired as fuck, and that's when your somehow mind and thoughts are way more clear, you're way smarter, you're somehow connected to that knowledge, somehow your spiritual side come forward. And let me tell you why is that happening. And when you have your perfect day, you eat perfectly, you sleep perfectly, that spiritual side, it's very hard to come. And the reason is because in order for your spirit to come forward, you need to sacrifice the mind and the body first. If you don't sacrifice the mind and the body, your spirit will never come forward. That's the whole point. Your spirit only comes forward when the mind and the body is completely crushed, when you haven't eaten for days, when you've trained so much, when you haven't slept, your mind and body is completely tired and crushed. That's only when the spirit comes forward. And when your spirit comes forward, the more times your spirit comes forward, the stronger it becomes. That's how you strengthen your spirit, your mindset. And in these moments, when you keep doing that and you keep strengthening your spirit, you start to be connected to that knowledge. Again, once maybe it was 2-3 a.m. and you're starting to get these crazy thoughts. That's how I feel almost every single day. You know, half of the day. That's how I feel because I'm constantly in that flow state. I'm constantly tiring up my body with 2-3 times training a day, with dieting, with barely sleeping, with working so much. And because of that, my spirit is now come forward. So I'm not operating from a physical standpoint. I'm operating from a spiritual standpoint, and because of that, I actually end up having way more energy than you guys who sleep. So I not just end up with way more energy, way more motivation, I'm operating from a state where I have no limitations. I'm in complete flow state through the whole day. And at the same time, I'm sleeping way less than you, so I even have more hours to be operating in a way higher state than you. So you completely have no chance competing versus me. Right now, it's around 11 a.m. and I wake up at 3. I've slept not more than 2 hours. So it's already been like, almost 9 hours since I wake up on 2 hours of sleep. I already done 2 workouts. I've already done almost all of my work for today and making this video, and you can just see my energy. I'm probably way more, I'm probably have way more energy than you when you just wake up on 10 hours of sleep ago. So I'm gonna keep you awake for the next 10 hours and still have the same energy and still be in that flow state. And sometimes I even have so much energy and I'm in such a flow state that by the time when it's 10, 11, I just don't want to go sleep. I completely feel alright and I feel like I don't want to go sleep. And maybe I'll go around 12, sleep for 3 hours and then wake up and have good energy again the next day. So life is so simple. The only 3 things that you need to understand in order to make it in life. It doesn't matter in what business model, it doesn't matter in what sport, in what career you want to perceive, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. The only 3 things that I want to give you guys in this video that you can take is, first thing is, you need to not have limitations. You need to not believe doctors or people because they're humans. You need to believe in something that it's a higher power, that it's something spiritual, God for example, because then you're limitless as well. So try to remove all limitations in your mind. That's the first thing. Second thing I want to give you guys is you need to tire the mind and the body in order for your spirit to come forward. And the more times you're tiring the mind and the body, the more times your spirit starts to come forward and your spirit strengthens and your spirit becomes stronger and stronger every single time you do that. And the stronger your spirit comes, the more energy, and that's how I feel right now. If you think about the best sport guys in the world, the guys like, for example, David Goggins, who've run hundreds of miles without stopping. He was not just not sleeping for days. You guys think that sleeping 3 hours a day, it's nothing? But at the same time, there's people who they don't even sleep for 3 days straight and they just run hundreds of miles. So how is that even possible? Because he have done that so many times before that he have strengthened his spirit and mindset so much to the point that he pretty much don't have any limitations, or his limitations are so much higher than all of you guys or the average people that it's not even fathom for your mind that it's possible, but it is. Third thing is, you need to live life like you have already achieved everything. You need to be grateful for what you have right now and operate from a state of gratitude, from a state of feeling the same way as if you are already rich, as if you're already successful. So try to close your eyes. Imagine the perfect version of yourself, the perfect man. You're rich, you're extremely successful, you have your dream girl or whatever. How would you feel? Because yeah, you might not be able to copy the things and the physical things, but this world operates way more on the spiritual side. So if you can imagine once you're already there, how would you feel? I'm sure you can imagine it. And if you can just copy that feeling that you're getting and you feel the same way right now as if you're gonna feel when you get out of things, you're gonna eventually get them. So it's all about getting on the frequency, on the feeling of being successful, being rich, being whatever you want. So close your eyes every single day and imagine how would you feel if you right now have unlimited money, if you have achieved everything you want. How would you feel? How much present would you be? How much grateful would you be? How much stress-free would you be? And you shouldn't chase. If you have unlimited money and you have everything, would you chase? No, you wouldn't chase. You would have that I don't give a fuck vibe. You wouldn't care. You wouldn't live in that fear and stress zone. You would be way more happy and present. All that feelings you have already experienced it probably once in your life, and you can just by imagining your life, closing your eyes, you can experience these feelings. And all you need to do is, you just need to live in the same state, in the same vibration of these feelings. So the same way you felt when you closed your eyes and you had that dream life, how did you felt? Copy that feeling and try to live with that feeling every single day for as long as possible. When you combine that, plus tiring the mind and the body, so your spirit can get stronger, and plus having no limitations and believing in a higher power, believing more on the spiritual side, because then you're limitless as well. If you combine these three things, you will be able to succeed in any area in life, in any business, in any sport, in any career, whatever you guys want to do, it doesn't fucking matter. It's all the same. That's for this video, guys. I love you. My Instagram is getting back in a couple of days. Until then, my Telegram free group is in the description. Also my personal Telegram that you can message me for whatever you want help with, making money online, building your personal brand, or getting in shape, coaching, mindset training, whatever you want. Click my Telegram, message me if you want to work one-on-one with me.